What keeps people broke in today's world? Scrolling and watching other people live their life versus getting it after themselves. I see you at the top because the bottom is too crowded, but we never look down on anybody unless we're willing to help them up. More importantly, understand this, believing that you can is way more profitable than believing that you can't.
Do something you're very passionate about.
Comfortable in that zone, that's a problem. It's a problem. Comfort is a curse. You need to avoid it and lean into what causes discomfort. The suffering is a blessing. Get out of bed and go freaking get after it.
Instead of spending time getting in the mood to work, just start working. Confront the work. People think they need perfect conditions to start, when in reality, starting is the perfect condition.
The quote goes like this: one day or day one.
One day you'll wake up and realize the potential you had, knowing you've chosen comfort over effort, and you'll realize there's no one to blame but yourself. As long as you're breathing, you have the opportunity to change it around. The only pain worse than failure is in the regret of never trying.
I know why you go on Instagram. I know why because you just have the time. You have the time because you don't want to put that time into bettering oneself. I'm frustrated by the fact that you don't have the courage to try to be somebody better than what you're not.
You should risk it. Do something crazy. Go somewhere new. Take a chance. Because I know that comfort is great, and the couch is great, and your bed is great, but I promise you, somewhere far, somewhere wild, somewhere you feel lost, you might find yourself. I don't know. Just try.
Find something. Find a thing that you genuinely enjoy, because everybody thinks they're a loser. Every young person thinks they're a loser. At least a young person in the situation I was at. I didn't know I wasn't a loser until I started winning.
Every day is an opportunity based on your choices on how you look at things, how you perceive them. Accountability and responsibility of your actions. The choices you make every day. That is what you are in the mirror today. If you don't like it, or it could be better, it's on your terms how that works, no one else's. You have to find the motivation to make those hard steps for change. It's not easy. The hardest step is that first step towards greatness.
It sounds very big, and it is. None of this is easy, all of it is hard, but I want to inspire you, and so think about this. Big things start small.
You just start. There's no process, you just start. And it takes a long time to learn, but really the only way to get there is just start. Overthinking the process will kill any career in the creative space. You just have to do, not think.
The gap between you and your goal is simply work and it's hustle. But guys, I believe in being a man of your word. If you say something, do it. If you say you're grinding, if you say you're hustling, do it.
Hard work looks horrible. It's not motivating. It's not motivating at all. It looks like a man being stuck in a dungeon and there's no way out. But you have the key. But you refuse to use it. And that's nothing motivating about that.
Rise, young warrior. You must get up. Your journey is not over.
I can't fight him. He has all my weapons. I have nothing.
When you began your journey, you were determined. Nothing could stop you. And now that you are so close, are you willing to give up so easily?
It was easier at the beginning.
Beginnings are often easier. But think of all that you have accomplished along your journey. It is your journey, young warrior. Only you decide when it ends.
The reason you want it so damn bad is because you know you can get it. You know you're capable. You know if you do everything right or everything that you're supposed to do, that you can achieve it. And when you know you can do it, you get pissed off off when you don't have it already. And see, the problem is so many people don't think that they can do it. That's when you lose your drive. People want to talk about where's that fire. That fire is by starting it. You gotta ignite it, and that's gonna light that fire. Now you know how big this fire can get. You know how dangerous you could be. You just gotta stoke the fire every day. You gotta keep adding to it. Every time you add to it, it gets a little bigger. It gets a little more possible. It doesn't seem so crazy anymore. And after you add it enough, you see what's capable. Until one day that fire's there, and it's raging, all because of a spark.
You want to be the one that says, I'm going to do it anyway. I know I don't feel good today, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to prove to myself that even on days that it doesn't feel right, I push myself. The only way to gain confidence in yourself is to build something. It's not to wait for it to happen.
Hey man, look, this is what you got to do, bro. Wake up and grind. Wake up and grind. Wake up and grind. Every day. That's the method. I mean, it's not hard. If you get up every single day and put your mind to something, how could you really believe that you won't win? It's not possible. I mean, 99% of people already don't want to grind. So you just start and you becoming the 1%. This junk is really simple, but you're making it hard. When all you have to do is wake up and grind every day. That's the method.
Before you say something's impossible, do it and do it and do it to a level that people think that you might be crazy until you say it's impossible.
Like, look, you're not going to win it. You're not going to score on every shot.
Right.
Doesn't mean you shouldn't take the shots. Doesn't mean you shouldn't try to.
The greatest pleasure I've had is trying to do something that everybody says could not be done.
I used to think that there was something wrong with me, when in reality, I just didn't understand what the nature of being exceptional meant. To be exceptional means that you are the exception. It means that you are not normal. And so it's normal for normal people to find you abnormal if you do things that are not normal. Don't let people who have mediocre goals deter you from taking actions that make you great, because it makes you different.
Stay focused on what really matters. There will be times when your resolve to serve humanity will be tested. Be prepared. People will try to convince you that you should keep your empathy out of your career. Don't accept this false premise.
If you have an idea that you genuinely think is good, don't let some idiot talk you out of it.
Clean your room. Organize your life. Like, get a routine. Get up every day at the same time. Go to bed at the same time. Establish disciplined habits. And that will help a lot. Schedule. And here's how to use a schedule. Open the calendar and think, okay, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to design a week of days that I would really like to have. So what that would mean then is that you would schedule things that you would consider meaningful and productive, on a daily basis, so that you feel that your life is justified by having a day like that, and also to schedule enough of your responsibilities so that you make progress day by day instead of falling farther behind.
Now, Parkinson's law says that work expands to fill the time allotted for it. That if you have 2 hours of work to do and 8 hours of time, you will stretch that work over 8 hours. Parkinson's law also says that work contracts to fill the time allotted for it. If you have 8 hours of work to do, and because of an emergency you have to have it done in 2 hours, you will get it done in 2 hours. Highly effective people are always setting tight, stringent, disciplined deadlines on themselves so they get more work done in a short period of time rather than less work done in a long period of time.
My father used to tell me, a focused fool can accomplish more than a distracted genius. And so your most valuable asset isn't your time, it's your attention. A man with time and distractions will always lose to a man with a deadline and a singular focus. And so it's never been easier to be successful than it is today. It's just also never been easier to be distracted.
It's time to get back to work. Stop hearing yourself talk. Don't be on social media too much. Cut out all the noise. Get back to the mental lab, because that's where the knowledge came from.
Be selfish. Be selfish for the next 3 years. Go get yourself strong. Go put your own oxygen mask on. Put some money in the bank. Crush your company. Be selfish with your time Be selfish with your income. Be greedy on the amount of money you want to make. I'm telling you, be greedy, be selfish. You know why? Because if you go all in, if you stop thinking, I wish I could do more, be more, go all in and make the money. Get secure and put your oxygen mask on, and what you can do in 5 years from now, what you can do in 7 years from now, what you could do in 12 years from now is unbelievable.
Bro, listen to me very closely. In 5 years, the women will still be there. The distractions will still be there. The clubs, the popping bottles, it doesn't go anywhere, all right? It's there to stay. Trust me, you're not missing out on anything, my guy. But you know what might not be there in 5 or 10 years? The opportunity that you have in your hands right now. So don't be stupid. Lock in, okay?
Be the person that your mum thinks you are, or the person that your younger self wanted as a role model. Brave, courageous, earnest, honest, virtuous, like on fire. There's this quote from the ancient Greeks that says, live as though all your ancestors were living again through you.
And a year from now, it's going to happen like that. And who is your future self? 1 year from now, who is it? It's like everyone's addict here, no party, Saturday night. They're not willing to sacrifice. I'm like the lone survivor in here. You know? Tonight will be over too. Tomorrow I'll be stronger for it. Another day will go by. 365 of them happen so fast. Who are you gonna be in a year from now? And in a year from now, is that future person hold regret or cry?
It all starts with who you are. You know, I always tell our players, who you are is more important than what you do. How high you jump, how fast you run, because who you are is your character. And your character is an accumulation of your thoughts, your habits, and your priorities on a day-to-day basis, because those three things determine the choices you make, and the choices you make you who you are. Good guy, bad guy, hardworking, lazy, responsible, irresponsible. And it takes a certain amount of discipline to do what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, the way it's supposed to get done.
Fear. Fear keeps a lot of motherfuckers from being successful. It keeps you making excuses for yourself. Fear lives one place and one place only, and that's in your mind.
You see, without goals, you're easily stopped because you don't know what you want. H.L. Hunt, the great oil billionaire, was once asked his secrets of success, and he said there's basically 2 requirements for success in America. Only 2. He said, first of all, decide exactly what you want. Most people never do that. Second of all, he said, determine the price you're going to have to pay to get it, and then start paying it.
The best pay a big price. You've got to work harder, you've got to commit more, you've got to take more responsibility, you've got to deal with more ups and downs. And if we can deal with that question, how much are you willing to suffer?
And there's no excuses, there's no days off, there's no, not willing to grind and, everybody's against me and this didn't happen for me because of this and that and all this whining that a lot of people do these days. It's these people who dive in and they're hardcore and they're focused and they know what they want, they know who they are, and they lay out these short-term goals and this roadmap on how to get there. Most of those people make it.
Real motherfuckers are obsessed with what they do. The people who win the biggest are obsessed. You cannot argue that. Hey man, this is gonna beat your ass for the rest of your life, and it's gonna be hard, and it's gonna take everything, and it's gonna make everything else in your life come second place, and it's not gonna be fun most of the time, and you're gonna struggle most of the time. That anybody that wins at the highest level, that's how they operate. It might not be healthy, it might not be what most people want, it certainly isn't balanced, but it's the real story.
You wanna build something great, it's not easy to do. And when you're doing something that's not easy to do, you're not always enjoying it. Is somehow the best jobs are the one that brings you happiness all the time. I don't think that that's right. You have to suffer, you have to struggle, you have to endeavor, you have to do those hard things and work through it in order to really appreciate what you've done. And there are no such thing that are great that was easy to do.
Get ready to fail multiple times because that's what's going to happen. And if you can't handle that,
don't try. Only 1/3 of people can actually make it through entrepreneurship because it's incredibly hard. It's not get rich overnight. It's not a Bitcoin deal and all that stuff. The fact is, growing a business is almost impossible. It's going to take years. You're going to have to make mistakes. You're going to have to pivot. And you have this horrible decision about the balance of time in your life. It's best to be an entrepreneur in your 20s.
So if you're in your 20s and you're thinking, I'm not making a lot of money, I'm having trouble like having a nice life, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do, then you are exactly where you should be. Your 20s are for workshopping. Forgive yourself, but keep trying. Reach out to people for help. Show up. Get the easy right. Show up early. Be courteous. Be kind. Think about, how do I get more certification? And then the moment you lock in on something that you're good at and could become great at, go all in on it.
The point being, if you're 20s, do all of that. Work day and night.
Really?
Do as many things, learn as much as you can, fail as often as possible.
What about work-life balance in your 20s?
Okay. Because that's the time to put in the hard work. Your work-life balance actually comes out later.
The most important thing is this: to be able at any moment to sacrifice what you are for what you will become.
You want to be great, you need to sacrifice. And the more painful the sacrifice, the greater you'll be.
And then just work like hell. I mean, you just have to put in, 80 to 100 hour weeks every week. All those things improve the odds of success. If other people are putting in 40-hour work weeks and you're putting in 100-hour work weeks, then even if you're doing the same thing, you know that you will achieve in 4 months what it takes them a year to achieve.
So your brain needs pressure. It needs constant pressure, and stress and pressure is not a bad thing. We have this thing where we feel like stress is bad. It's bad for you, bad. You need to relax, man. You need to chill. Stress will kill you. No, being bored will kill you. Not having anything to do will kill you. Is much more dangerous than stress. Yes, you can work too hard. You can work where there's no soul involved. But I'd rather die under the stress than be bored and have nothing to do.
I'd rather be a failure than a coward.
Successful people see opportunity in every failure. Normal people see failure in every opportunity. Both are right. Only one gets rich.
To be exceptional, you need to do the boring things for an exceptionally long time, because it's in doing the boring where discipline becomes your edge. It's where character is built, where the depth of your desire is tested. Do the boring things, because it's the key to being great.
You don't need more time. You don't need more money. You don't need more help. All you need is you. You just need to put in more energy, more effort, and make yourself do the things you don't want to do, so you can be who you want to be.
The greatest achievement of somebody comes right after their worst defeat. When they hit rock bottom, hit the bottom of the barrel, they got nothing left. Everyone's giving up on them. They lost all their worldly possessions. Or dead broke on their back. It's at that point, guys, when everything's lost, that everything can be gained.
If you're in pain right now, remember, it's not forever. It's temporary, and it's shaping you in ways that you might not even see it. The hardest times in life are the ones that made you stronger. Pain is not there to make you suffer. It's proof. Proof that you're alive and capable of much more than you know. So what I want you to do now is embrace that pain. Then let go.
Today is difficult. Tomorrow is much more difficult. The day after tomorrow is beautiful. Most people die tomorrow evening.
I don't quit. I may not make it the first time, but I'll come back. I gotta call an audible. I gotta get my head back in the game. I gotta figure this out. It doesn't mean you leave. It means you study it more. And whenever I fail at something, people always say, man, how do you handle failure, man? I fail a lot, dude. I fail all the time. But I don't look at failure as failure. I look at failure as your first, second, third, fourth, fifth attempt. I look at them as attempts. I don't look at anything as failure. Because when you're going to try to do something, not trying is failure.
You know what you're supposed to do.
deep down inside. I think everybody does. And a lot of people just don't go after it, you know? And like most people start out, they say, I want to be a this, but I'm going to get that to make sure I have something to fall back on. Yeah. And what you're doing is you're setting yourself up for failure because you're going, there's a possibility that I'm going to fall back. And when you put that out there, then you fall back. But if you just say, hey, this is what I want to do, and you go do it, you usually get your stuff the way you want it, man.
You have a dream. It feels impossible to turn into reality, but it never leaves your mind. You have this dream for a reason, and the path unfolds after the first step. So take a chance. The future belongs to those who dare to take that step. You have a dream, go get it, period.
Go do something. Do the best thing that you can think of. Put the best plan you have into practice. It's not going to be perfect, and it will change along the way, but it will change partly because you become disciplined pursuing the path. And as you become disciplined, you become wiser. And as you become wiser, you become able to formulate better and better plans.
It's never too late. If you're alive, you can get better. If you're alive right now, you can improve your condition. You can improve your situation, and it starts with improving the way you think.
There's only one thing a friend of mine years ago taught me when I was coming up, and I was deciding if I was going to do this, if I was going to pursue this life. And he's an Indian friend of mine. And he said, "Ab nahi to kab." And I think that means if not now, then when. So whatever you want to do, ab nahi to kab.
Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it! Some people dream of success while you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it!
If you do not have clear goals for your life, you are condemned forever to work for those who do. You see, in life, it's very simple. Either you are working toward the accomplishment of your goals, or you're working toward the accomplishment of other people's goals.
And dreams without goals are just dreams.
Come on.
And ultimately, they fuel disappointment.
Exactly.
On the road to achieving your dreams, you must apply discipline, but more importantly, consistency. Because without commitment, you'll never start, but without consistency, you'll never finish.
You got to get to a point where you locked in, guys. You are locked into the process. And if you don't see nothing, if you don't see no results, you don't give up and you don't give in because you're not doing it for the goal. You're doing it because you are in love with the process.
Man, if I want to be good, I gotta wake up in the morning, I gotta do the extra work. And I gotta show up when other guys aren't. And I've gotta learn, I've gotta continue to be open to learning. When I'd say, well, how can I ever get better? All these guys get all the reps and I only get 2. And he said, just go in there and focus with the 2 that you got and make them as perfect as you possibly can. And it went from 2 reps to getting 4 reps because those 2 were pretty good. Then I had 4 good reps. Then I got 10 good reps. And before you knew it, through this new attitude, through this new shift that Greg had said to me, you know, focus on what you can control. Focus on what you're getting, not what anyone else is getting. Whenever you get an opportunity, you take advantage of it. You treat it like it's the Super Bowl. You treat it like it's game day. Go out there and treat practice like no one else does.
Get up, mother. You're not good enough. You gotta work harder. You haven't put enough time in. There's that voice you want to run away from. It's that voice you don't want to hear. But guess what? It's that voice you need to listen to. Stay hard. Listen to the whisper.
You should live your life like an athlete or like a lion, right? Which means that most of your time you're resting, you're just futzing around, you're lazing around, you're just doing whatever you find entertaining. And then once in a while you get obsessed with something and something is important and you just pour everything into it. So I would rather be recharged and ready for my next intellectual or physical obsession than putting myself on the grinder of I have to wake up at this time. I want to live a very free life. I don't want a calendar. I don't want to be in a specific place at a specific time. I don't want to have to answer to people. I just want to be free. And I think that's how you do your best work.
The best way to contend with problems, with issues, with adversity is action.
The worst prison in the world is having the talent and intelligence to achieve something great, but lacking the courage to go out and do it.
Once you change one thing, your mindset, you can attack everything.
But I love this question, which is, what would you do if you weren't afraid? And I love thinking about that when I'm thinking about big life decisions. Like, what would I do if I weren't afraid? And it's usually like the big one, the bigger thing that I really want to do, but I'm afraid to do it. It's like, that's what I should do.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were all meant to shine as children do. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.
I have this thing everywhere because you might as well be dead. Seriously, if you always put limits on what you can do, physical or anything else, it'll spread over into the rest of your life. There are no limits, there are only plateaus. A man must constantly exceed his level.
So you want to be normal. So you just want to be like everybody else that roams the world, not knowing the power that's in them, being fine with being mediocre.
Bro, what are you doing with your life, bro? What do you, like, I thought you said you want to be a great. I thought you said you want to be the best. But you don't act like you don't move like it. You wake up late, you sleep late, you don't study, you don't work out. You don't want this. And no one's gonna feel sorry for you when you don't get it.
Well, I think if you want the future to be good, you must make it so. Take action to make it good, and it will be.
There's this famous quote that goes, "Those who say they can, do. And those who say they can't, talk about those who can." So my question for you is, can you?
Every morning when you get up, say over and over to yourself, do it now, do it now, do it now. I do it now, do it now. Whenever you have this tendency to procrastinate, program your subconscious mind with this automatic conditioned command, do it now, do it now, do it now. The key to overcoming procrastination is to develop a sense of urgency. Be the kind of person who gets things done quickly. Be the kind of person who launches fast on a task. One of the ways to launch fast on a task is to take the task and break it up. Take your task and break it up into small pieces and to do one piece at a time. Do you know that less than 2% of the population have a sense of urgency, and that there is not an example of a successful person anywhere who does not have a sense of urgency? That if you just develop a sense of urgency when somebody gives you a task, that you get on it and do it fast, that alone will move you into the top ranks in a very short period of time.
Never complain, never explain. And what it means is, don't complain about life. Don't explain what you're doing or why you're doing it. Just do it. By whining and complaining, all you're doing is making people think bad things about you, looking weak. Stop whining and stop explaining yourself and just do things in the world and let your actions speak for themselves.
When your dream is big, you are always humble, you always are hungry, you always wake up in the middle of the night and thinking about the solutions. So that's where I am now, still working with passion to make things happen. And I think timing is really coming now. Now is the time to go big.
No smoking, no drinking, just me, Jen, and God, man. We're focused. And you know what? That's all that matters right now.
How much faster would you achieve your goals if it was just you and your goal? Not you and your goal and Netflix and video games and social media and friends you don't like and movies and shows and all these distractions that are splitting your attention in a million different directions. You can blame your lack of accomplishment on your friends, on your family, on this, on that. But the reality is, if it was just you and your goal and no other noise, no other distractions, I guarantee you would have nothing better to do than achieve your goal. So look around at your life and identify the things that take your attention away from the person you want to be and the things you want to accomplish, and remove that. Because if your goals are as important to you as you say they are, why would you voluntarily make it harder to achieve them?
Hey dog, look, we got 4 months left until the new year, bro. I know you probably feel like you ain't, do everything you're supposed to do, but I'm telling you right now, if you lock in today, if you start today, 4 months is just enough time for you to get your life together, bro. You're not too late. You on time. And I'm letting you know right now, if you just get focused, you grind, you cut out all the distractions, bro, you just lock in on your goal, I'm telling you gonna get it, bro. But I can't trust in you more than you trust yourself. It's going to have to be something you dig in within, bro. I believe in you, though.